Hey guys, Bella here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about weight loss when you have crippling depression. And obviously, this is not like a lighthearted subject, but I'm going to do my best to kind of come at it from an angle of, understanding that there are more people than just me going through this. I've said for a long time, I feel like if you have anxiety and depression, then losing weight is even harder for some people with these kind of things because it's just like an uphill battle. But one of the things I've been trying to work on is just kind of loving myself a little bit more, wearing clothes that make me happy, buying cute shoes that make me happy, and overall just realizing that, I'm not going to be able to achieve my goal weight overnight, probably not even in the next year. So kind of looking at the long-term effects of, going through this journey as a person that has depression and anxiety. And I'm going to kind of tell you how I do it. You can do it however you want, but this is just what works for me. I'm thinking of making a video and calling it How to Lose Weight with Crippling Depression. But I don't really know what I would say. Don't kill yourself, and don't eat. And make sure you buy Crystal Light and popsicles.
Popsicles are a lifesaver. Gatorade Zero. Sure.
Gatorade Zero. I'm waiting on them to tell me, you are now a sponsor for Gatorade Zero. Because we saw how much money you spent on it in 2020.
So good. The yellow one's the best.
My best friend is also on a weight loss journey, and we are constantly sharing low-calorie food hacks and just ways that we can make food taste better or make our favorite foods with a different ingredient to kind of save on calories. So that really helps to have someone else who is also going through that process with you. But, ultimately, we both have cravings, but you have to kind of realize, do I want to give in to this impulse and this craving, or do I really want something that is going to take some time and effort? So we spend a lot of time going to the park, doing things in nature, just things that don't really feel like exercise. We go feed these turtles, and it's kind of like when you're doing stuff like that, you're kind of killing two birds with one stone because you are exercising, but you're getting out there and you're doing something which really, really helps with depression overall. Just seeing myself in this video, all I could think about was oh, you look disgusting. Your back fat is spilling over. In your head, you think it's so terrible, but in reality, most people probably don't look at you at all. So, kind of coming to that realization that, I'm not that important and that unfortunately, we are all going to die. There's this really cool memorial grave at my park, and we stopped to look at it. This is probably really morbid, but just the thought of my death makes me want to be a better person and a better version of myself, just knowing that, this is not going to last forever, and the way that I'm living now and the way that my body looks now is a reflection of who I am, and if I don't like it, then I'm the only one who has the power to change that. And I know that when you have really bad depression, it's hard to see that and it's hard to do the work, but I just think that the alternative is for me to just keep getting fatter and to keep looking worse and to keep feeling bad. So I guess that's kind of the thing that gets me out of bed on those days where I don't want to do it, and just kind of creating some kind of routine, some kind of habit that I can do. If you live in a small town, you probably know the intense joy that is going to Sonic and getting your favorite drink, and that's something that we do often after our workouts.
Yeah, can I get a Route 44 Diet Cherry Limeade and a Route 44 Diet Ocean Water, please?
632, thank you.
Thanks.
We have to test it to make sure.
I don't have time for this. What if people behind us?
We have to test it to make sure that it's really diet, because sometimes they give us regular. Yep, it's good. Now we can drink all of it. So the Diet Cherry Limeade is, 40 calories?
35.
35? I love how you're no, it's 5 less than that. Those calories add up.
They do.
It's very important. So yeah, after our walk, we go and get Sonic to reward ourselves. But to be fair, I burned 390 calories on the walk. So I'm consuming back 10% of that as a reward. Seems fair. I guess the note that I want to end on for this video is that your depression and anxiety is valid, but it's also not really going to be one of those things that you can do much about. You can take medication and you can make steps to better yourself, but if you're like me, I've suffered from depression since I was like 13 years old, and it's something that comes in waves. It's kind of like grief. It's not always terrible. Sometimes I don't think about it at all, and other times it makes it to where I really don't want to live anymore. And that's hard to say, but you know, it's like putting this information out there to me is like giving a sense of community. In weight loss, you have to have some sort of community, right? Because you have to have people supporting you, people honoring your food choices, not crossing boundaries. Honestly, I think that depression is often misunderstood as someone who's lazy and doesn't want to change, and that's not really the case. And I think that also gets put in with fat people, that fat people somehow we don't know that we're fat, or that we are just too lazy to do anything about it, or we're not motivated, or we're just happy being little sloths who just sit on the couch all day and eat potato chips. But for me, I've probably thought about food and my weight and my health so many more times than a normal weight person ever has, just because it's just always on my mind. It's always something that I'm concerned with. It's always something that I feel shame and guilt about whenever I eat something. I feel like, you know, oh, I shouldn't be eating this, or I shouldn't indulge in this, and I don't want other people to see me eating it. So it's led to a lot of feelings that I guess, you know, I'm having to kind of relearn how to eat properly and to eat the right amount, and it's confusing. So I don't want you to feel like you're alone on your journey. It's kind of like I've started over so many times. I don't even know, but all of the attempts were for a reason, one way or the other. And I'll just be honest with you, I haven't lost that much weight, but since March of 2020, I have been committed to working out, committed to being better, and committed to my health, my mental health, and my physical health. And I feel so much better. Like I feel good most of the time. Now the depression comes in waves, but like I feel my body getting stronger. I feel my mind getting stronger. I feel more of a resilience to just deal with everyday tasks, especially things that before would cause me a lot of anxiety. You know, it's like if I can make it through this HIIT workout, this weightlifting session, and this 3-mile hike, then I can do all the other things. So while I don't think that weight loss is going to cure your depression, you know, that's kind of crazy to think about, but it definitely can help you with it. I mean, I don't think that it would be crazy to assume that if you're in a better looking body, if you're in a healthier body, then you're going to feel better all around. Like that's just, you know, human nature. If you feel good about yourself, then you're going to have a different feeling inward as well. I really didn't see real progress in my weight loss and in my mindset until I decided to give myself grace. And what I mean by that is some days you fail, some days I binge, some days I go and get food from DoorDash. Like I don't even go get the food. I order it and have it come to my door, and I go outside like a troll and bring it back in the house. So there are some days where you fail, and that's okay, but you want to be failing on less days. And you know, if 6 out of 7 days you do well and one day you don't do that well, then you just have to give yourself the grace to be able to stick with it. Odie's popping up over here. He wants to make his debut on the video. Odie! He's also a great source of motivation for me because I take my dogs with me. We go on walks and stuff, and it's just a little bit easier to deal with when you have someone going through it with you. I've talked enough about this, but I just want to say that if you are making an attempt to better your health, then you're already on the right track. If you're watching motivational videos, you're consuming content that is helpful and motivational and good for the soul, then you're already on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing, count your calories, go for a walk, and don't be too hard on yourself. So I will catch you guys in the next video.